What's up, girl? Alright, what? Oh, never mind. I can't see what abilities I get. I'm sorry. I'm totally not used to the newer versions. Totally not. Isn't me. Haven't played vanilla, like, actually in, like, a couple years. Usually especially in these vanilla series, I talk about my old experiences in vanilla. I don't know if I'll do that again. I don't remember if I did it on my last attempt at playing through. Like, talking about, like, Phoenix and all that crap, like, yeah. Then being in, like, one of the best guilds for a little bit. And on the Alakir server, which was, like, their Instant 61. Yeah. It was the best guild for a little bit. Like, we were the first guild to kill Ragnaros. I mean, if that counts, you know. I was so pissed. Like, I was the officer. I was the priest class officer, class leader, whatever you want to call it. And I got most of tier 1 besides the chest, which was like the biggest like thing that you could like physically see on your character. And it was just disgusting. I just had tier 1 everything else besides my chest. Ugh. Then we ran Molten Core so many times. The Eye of Divinity or whatever never dropped. Not once. Then the one time I didn't show up, it dropped. The one time I didn't show up for it, I had something to do, and it dropped. I got so pissed. But, yeah, never. The guild then split up shortly after. Actually, we moved to a TBC server, and then the TBC server shut down just randomly. And yeah, that was the last of that. That was the last of that guild. I had like no contact with any of the guys, of any of the people in the guild. Sadly, it was a really nice guild. The guild leader, whose name was Ricey, he was a really cool guy. And there's a mage named like Brownlog, he was cool. Rogue named like Jack Blades, I think, something like that. My sister was in it. Yeah, my sister and I both ended up being guild leaders or guild officers. She was the druid one. Yeah. And we killed Onyxia the first time the priest and the druid ones dropped, so me and her got it. It was nice. The helms, that is. Yeah, raiding in vanilla was so fun. So fun. It was some of my favorite experiences. That was back in 2010, 2011. Which would make me 10 and or 11, because I was born in 2000. For those of you who don't know. So yeah, I was like a 10-year-old, like being an officer in a guild, and I was actually pretty mature for my age, you know. All the young people nowadays, they got their phones and their immaturity. Whatever. I didn't have that. I was a good kid. I respected people. Alright, I don't know how I'm gonna do. Oh, okay. Don't worry, Mr. Whelp. Whelps on the left side. More whelps. That video on Leroy Jenkins, I swear. There's some of the funniest things when I was younger. And I've played and seen a lot of WoW stuff. Surprising or not, I've played since pretty much kindergarten. That's when I made my Dwarf Warrior, which, again, I will not name. But somehow, in his cloth and leather gear, like one piece of mail, and like he was a fury. I got him to like level 32. I was like kindergarten, first grade, or something like that. So, you know, you can call me good or whatever, but yeah. There we go. Man, I said I won't talk about my past experiences, but I did anyway. Whatever, I don't care. I think it's cool hearing about what people like did like way back then. Like take the Leroy Jenkins video for example. They like did math and stuff, and they like prepared beforehand for it. They did everything like that. Like, I wonder how they calculated that, like 32.33 repeating, of course, calculation. I wonder what that was. It was chance of survival, but like, what factors and what goes into that? Like, hello? Like, what would the equation look like? Like, number of whelps that spawn and stuff? I don't know. I don't know how they get that, but they did. But like stuff like that, like putting a lot of preparation into like Ubers, for example, it's just really cool to look at. Back when people were really new at the game, and I remember experiencing my first raid and stuff, and that was so cool. It was such an awesome experience. Like my just doing everything for the first time in this game. It's just insane. It's just so, the feeling that you get, it's just so, I can't explain it. Like, I'm sure if you've ever played WoW at the first time, like, I'd say like vanilla and like Burning Crusade, if that's when you first started. Like, I think you know what feeling I'm talking about. Like, just an immense world which you've never seen before. Exploring it, leveling through it, and all that stuff. It's just a really cool feeling. Like, I haven't really gotten a feeling like that ever since. Like, I've been playing WoW ever since I was in kindergarten, pretty much. Took a year or two break when I was like 8, but you know, whatever. But just all that, it's just really fascinating to me. This game is just such a good game. I mean, nowadays it's kind of going downhill with like MoP and Warlords of Draenor. I mean, they had such good ideas for him, but I don't think they were portrayed correctly and rightly. And yeah, like, the ideas that they had were so cool, but they're making the game more easy. Like, you can level so much more faster now. Like, I'm sure if you guys might know of a streamer named Soda Poppin'. He leveled to 1 through 100 in like 5 hours or something. Like, I don't think that should be possible. I think it should take days at least to level up. I mean, of course he was using like heirlooms and XP potions and dungeons and etc., but still, even with that, even with stuff like that back in vanilla, it still took a long time. Like, I'm sure there's some kind of like exploits or something to level up. I'm sure there's something like that. Like, yeah, I'm sure people have like guides and crap to level up and whatever, but still, that would take days. Like, at least. Maybe if you're like really lucky, you know, like an exact strategy would take like a day. Like, seriously. Yep. but now you can. And oh yeah, another good thing is you had to run places. You couldn't just use your dungeon finder and just instantly teleport there. You had to run to the dungeon. You had to look for a party, like looking for group chat or trade chat, general chat. Just ask around in your guild. And you had to go ask, like, hey, does anyone want to do this? You had to ask people, and you had to find people who also wanted to do it. And then you had to group up, made sure your whole party was like correct, like you had tank, healer, DPS and stuff. And then you had to actually run physically to that dungeon. Like nowadays, you don't think anyone would do that. I don't know why these quests are here, and it's kind of annoying me. Is there a way to... I don't know. I'm just gonna try and ignore it. But yeah, it would just take days to level up, and it's changed, man. It's changed. It's changed. I don't know if it's for the better or the worse. I'm leaning more towards the worst, or the worse, and yeah. And then Legion's coming out soon. Maybe that'll bring back some people. WoD also did that. I should have. I'm just gonna go bring this. Gives me more time to talk. Like WoD did bring back people for the first like month, but then you're like, you did everything. You had everything done already, and then then it went down again. And I agree, WoD was actually really, really cool for the first month until you hit 100, where you just sat in your garrison all day. I tried to do garrison stuff, but it was just so not what I had imagined. And then the fact that you only had it in one spot, where they said that you could have it anywhere you want. That was also like a downside to it. I wanted to put like a garrison anywhere I wanted, anywhere. And if I was able to do that, that would be so cool. But no, they didn't let that. You know, they didn't put a dance studio in. Like, what the heck, Blizzard, come on. Dance studio, man. There we go. Now I gotta bring back the mug. Okay. But I don't know if Legion will bring back all the good stuff. I mean, you'll see like thousands of Ashbringers just running around, but besides that, maybe it will. Like, I really like all the design stuff, like the world, like the textures and stuff. All that looks really, really good. I really like that. The actual content, like the raids and the instances, I think they're just too easy. I think, personally. I liked having to organize 40 or 39 other people. I like the idea that you had to do that. You had to organize 39 other people and had to make sure that they were like all buffed, they had like the food effects, like they were well fed, they had potions. You had to make sure you had enough tanks, enough healers, enough damage, enough people to like CC, and you had to make sure you had like mages in order to like decurse. I think that's what they do. I don't play a mage, so I don't know, but you needed so many different roles in order to do raids and stuff, and you don't really need that now, I think. And yeah, I just want it back to like how it was in vanilla. So like everything that happened a couple months ago with like the Nostalrius and the like the soda pop and the petition thing, I honestly don't know what's going on with that, but I really want it to actually take place, to actually take effect. So that would be so cool. Just having legacy servers, like just hop on the Battle.net launcher, open it up, see like Vanilla WoW, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. If you wanted Cataclysm, I don't know. But I think it would just be so cool to see those and be able to play them, like how they were back then. And then if that happened, like hell, I'd pay more just to get that. I would, because that would be so fun. And then I bet a lot of people would come back and play. It would. Their subscriber base would go up again, like a whole lot. Like EverQuest did that. They got the private servers, and they went up